All right, we do have a tornado warning right now, and this was just issued by the National Weather Service, so we'll take a little closer inspection here. And if you're anywhere within these red lines, and if you remember at the top of our newscast, we were looking at our camera on the Savannah River, pointed back here into Jasper County. So let's put the warning information up there for you right now. And we do have some team weather coverage of this. So that's the area right near Highway 17 that we're looking at that rotation right now. So that is in the middle of the tornado warning. This goes until 6 p.m. Catherine and I will be keeping you updated here. So what we likely have is the inflow coming into this thunderstorm. This area down here has had no rain today. It's still hot. It's still humid. So we have this conveyor belt of moisture feeding into these storms. And look at all these lightning strikes. Even if you don't have that rotation that spins up maybe a brief tornado, we could have wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour. All kinds of rain. If you see that coming towards your area, that is the leading edge of the severe thunderstorm. Now, if you're in South Carolina, Jasper County, we're going to zoom back in here because we want to keep everyone safe that's within the tornado warning. And you can see those stoplights shaking around there right now. So winds are starting to pick up. It's a wall of water coming down. These are torrential tropical downpours that could easily produce some localized street flooding. It looks like the area I circled there could be some weak rotation, but at the very least, are we seeing a pocket of some stronger winds? That might be very close to the port of Savannah or up the Savannah River just a little bit towards Port Wentworth. Are you seeing that area that I'm circling?
Yeah, that's exactly that spot. We're also seeing definitely a little bit of shear in that area as well. And it's important to note that this is moving in a northward direction. So it's not moving towards downtown Savannah, but we definitely have a very good view from our downtown Savannah camera of this. Again, this is just over that area kind of near the Hutchinson Island. That's where they're continuing to say that warning is in effect, but we don't have a new warning in place just yet.
Look at those winds just lashing. That's State Route 21. I would say right now winds are 40 miles per hour or higher as we're looking at Chatham County there. That is State Route 21, and I believe it's 307, I think is what it says up there. Okay, so at Dean Forest. So State Route 21 at Dean Forest. Winds are picking up in that direction, and this whole line is going to come right over Garden City, then over the Savannah area. So you want to prepare now. Make sure if you're like on the east side of Savannah, maybe out towards our islands, you still have a couple minutes. Get the outdoor patio furniture secured. If it was trash day, get the trash bin inside, and also move your vehicle under the carport or into the garage. That's a pretty good visual. If we have the downtown Savannah camera, if that shelf cloud is coming in, I want to take a look at that once again. So there it is, that extremely ominous looking cloud that we have out there right now. That is a shelf cloud, and it is right over the Talmadge Bridge now. I mean, take a look at that. That is one mean looking cloud out there right now. That's on the leading edge of a severe thunderstorm. State Route 25 right now and 307, and that wind right now is gusting over 40 miles per hour. If you happen to see any wind gusts at the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, this is certainly a dangerous situation because it is hitting during the evening commute. If you have any friends or family that are trying to drive through Port Wentworth, Garden City right now, you may want to get on the phone with them if they could pull into a gas station, some sort of sheltered area right now. Let these strong winds pass by because we could be seeing winds gusting over 60 miles per hour right now. And yes, there is a tornado warning up here in Jasper County, but we're really trying to focus on where we are doing the radar analysis, thinking that the weather is at its worst, and 100%. This is just lashing through Port Wentworth right now. Severe thunderstorm warning will continue for a lot of Bryan County, Chatham County, within these yellow lines here until 6:15. And the tornado warning still goes here until 6 o'clock. So let's look at our velocity once again. So we're not going to clear this. The National Weather Service will decide that. but the stronger rotation that was in Jasper County earlier, I really believe that's weakened some.
It really has, and I wanted to note that the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport did record a wind gust of 47 miles an hour, and they did just extend that severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15, and it looks like no other discussion from the National Weather Service at the moment. But again, it does say that those winds with that severe thunderstorm warning still up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and we saw 47 miles an hour.
Looks like we have an expanding wind field here on the leading edge. Notice how it's starting to bow out. So stronger straight line winds could start pushing through much of the Savannah area. We're thinking at least 40, 50 miles per hour. As Catherine has been mentioning, some wind gusts could be approaching 60 miles per hour with this. This is Pine Barren Road at I-95. Again, this storm is hitting at an awful time during the afternoon commute.
The rain is almost to the end of that severe thunderstorm warning polygon there, and so if you're just outside of that, Chippewa Terrace, White Bluff, even parts of Isle of Hope, this is coming to you in just a few moments. You're not under that severe thunderstorm warning just yet, but it looks like it's holding together, and really we're not seeing much weakening with the severe thunderstorm warning storm. Now, the rotation, haven't seen a lot of that in the last couple of minutes. So no new updates from the National Weather Service, but I expect they're going to let that initial tornado warning expire.
So some good news. It looks like they just, so we'll update the lower banner here. We're not in a tornado warning, but we're in our newscast here. And I really think we should probably stay with the weather here just because the tornado warning, they canceled that for Jasper County. So you're in the all clear for this second in Jasper County. And what we need to watch, though, is this severe thunderstorm warning. It goes until 6:15, and I can promise you Catherine and I are going to stay on, and we are going to keep everyone safe and informed in our area because I know a lot of people are just getting home. Maybe you raced the storm, you beat it, and now you're home. So we were telling you, make sure your car's under the carport or in the garage. We have some strong winds that are pushing across the area. We also have this deluge of rain that could add up to 1, 2, 3 inches of rain in spots.
A new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued until 6:45. Wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. This includes Bryan County, Chatham County, Liberty, as well as Jasper. So they basically just extended this all the way to the coast. So that does include parts of Tybee Island, Isle of Hope, Montgomery, Wilmington Island. All of these areas are about to get hit with the same amount of rain. If it holds together the way it has, that's going to continue towards the coastline. Again, this goes until 6:45 tonight.
The leading edge of the wind field right now, the line indicates that leading edge, it is moving from west to east. So this push of wind is headed towards the east side of Savannah, right down Islands Expressway, Victory Drive. If you're in the Isle of Hope area, you'll be seeing some of these winds here very shortly, and it does look like still back towards I-95, 16 intersection. The color's a little bit brighter here on the screen, so that could be a little more wind potential. These storms don't necessarily have the strongest winds on the leading edge. It's typically what's behind it a little bit where some of those winds are at. Okay, so this is Bryan County right now that you're taking a live look at. This is State Route 144. And you're looking at just a huge sheet of rain. Got to really slow it down out there because you can hydroplane very easy. These rainfall rates are excessive right now where we have some of these orange, yellow, and red colors across the area, and we still have the flood advisory for the Savannah area. And then our coastal areas, we'll see how this evolves because this line, it is still a lot of warm, moist air. There's been no rain towards our coastline today. So it may enhance these thunderstorms. There is just all kinds of lightning, and you can see those flashes there on the DOT camera right now, and it's just a big wall of water during our evening commute here. I see some people with their flashers on right now. that's fine. But what you don't want to do is sort of pull over to the side and stop in one of the lanes, and then everyone bottlenecks and someone comes through on just the regular driving lane and runs into the back of you. So again, if you want your flashers on, that's fine. Take it easy out there. What we recommend, though, if you get in a situation like that, maybe head off the next exit ramp, wait it out at one of your favorite gas stations or convenience stores, and then head back and continue your commute when things start to improve. So these storms will eventually make it to the coastline. Could take a little bit of time, and that's why the severe thunderstorm warning goes until 6:45. You're taking a live look towards downtown Savannah. This is from our camera at the top of the Thompson Savannah, and we're looking towards the Talmadge Bridge. It looks like about the only thing we can make out there is a little bit of some of the tail lights on Bay Street. So on the left-hand side of your screen, we're starting to see our numbers climb in terms of the Georgia Power outages on that map right there. You can see there's a number of people out. And Catherine, what did you mention earlier?
Yeah, so now that number has jumped significantly. We were talking about nearly 800 people seeing that outage, but now it's up to almost 2,000 people are without power in, it looks like, parts of Chatham County, but even in the whole state of Georgia, we're seeing even more of those outages. Again, we'll continue to keep a close eye on that situation, and it looks like the emergency manager has reported water on the roadways across 3 lanes of Highway 21 and East 4th Street. That's in Effingham County, so if you're in that area or trying to head towards that area, keep that in mind. Again, when the roadways are covered with the water like that, it can pick up your car fairly quickly with just a little bit of that water on the roadways. So you want to make sure that you're turning around and not trying to go through those areas that are flooded.
On the left-hand side, we mentioned Victory, MLK area, very prone to flooding, and here we go with people driving through flooded roadways once again. I understand you want to get home. If you have a vehicle like that that's not very high off the ground, you can do an awful lot of damage. We do have some people maybe turning off the road, but that water could get deeper before things really start to improve in that area of Chatham County. Look at that right now. Jones Avenue, Tybee Island, Highway 80, that is the leading edge, or that real ominous shelf cloud right on top of the beach that will push out over towards the Atlantic, and then you'll have the thunderstorm rush through. So Tybee right now, I'm kind of focusing on the silhouette of the tree there in the distance. Looks like it's starting to move around just a little bit. The camera's starting to shake, so your winds are picking up there. So the worst of the wind for you, I think it's probably within about the next 10 to 15 minutes. Catherine, did you have anything final to add?
Yeah, just wanted to note that the flood advisory is no longer in effect for parts of Effingham County, but that flood advisory is still in effect for parts of Jasper County, into Beaufort County, Chatham, and parts of Bryan County. That's until 8:45 tonight. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye. Also, it looks like some firefighters were called to a potential house fire. This looks like the Chatham County Fire Department at Finn Court. So we're keeping a close eye on that. No other reports from the National Weather Service at the moment. But again, just wanted those folks out in Effingham County to note that they are no longer under that flood advisory.
And thankfully, these should be exiting out over our coastal locations here soon, off the beaches and then over the Atlantic. Behind that, we have no more severe threat as we go through tonight. We'll just have some general rains into this evening and then some quieter weather across our area.